People. Are we on?
Yes.
Thank God. Very good. So, Baruch Hashem. Happy to have you with me tonight. I wanted to find a way really to I'm looking every time for new ways how to allow you to enter into places um, that I've already reached, not because I'm ahead of you, just because everyone has something to share with someone else. And en chacham kebal nisayon, and things that you gain in your life experience, they are the things that you must share. So it doesn't make any one of us in an upper level, just that he has his unique and special experience that he is obsessed with sharing. Oh man, my son's Siri is active. Okay, quiet Siri. So, for me, it's like really, really super, 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 super amazing, to have the opportunity to speak with you guys. Like, I don't know how to share, how to explain the importance of this amazing bonding, of this amazing connection that we have. That in reality, my heart is coming out to you guys, and I want to share with you some of my experiences, and mainly about how to attach ourselves to the maker of the universe. And I know, yes, we are talking about it all the time, but what else there is to talk about? To see the news, you can do it without me. To like to talk with your friends, to talk about money, about politics, like all those things, like you don't need me for that. And there is only one thing that I know that I'm doing all the time, all the time, all the time, and it's to connect myself to Hashem, to see what, like, that's like when I wash dishes in the house, I'm connecting myself to Hashem while I'm doing it. Like that's the way I am. When I'm eating, I'm like every bite, I'm thinking about how that bite will bring me closer to Hashem. If I wouldn't do so, I wouldn't speak about it with you. That's my thing. When I read something in a book, always I'm saying to myself, like, why aren't you videoing it? Why aren't you sharing it? Like, why? A couple of days ago, I spoke with a friend of mine, a student that were learning a little bit online, and like I said to myself, okay, ask his permission and record this session. And because it's a whole conversation, and like we can like talk about personal things, so I didn't want it to like record all our conversation. It's kind of personal, but so I was ready with the camera to record some like short clips, short parts of our conversation. And then I did the first one, and after a while I recorded the second one in our conversation, and like I was very happy. And then the conversation like flew to higher levels, but for some reason the maker was not allowing me to remember to record that part. And then I like finished talking with him, and then I said to myself, like, oh, you did not record that conversation. So it's kind of, that's who I am, that's what I am, and that's what I am doing in my life. I always wanting to share, always wanting to give you the tools, the vessels, the ability, the wisdom, the knowledge to know how to connect yourselves to Hashem. So, for an example, today I spoke with my son. We learned a piece of Gemara, me and my son Nachman. It was a very interesting learning. We learned from Masechet Rosh Hashanah, talking about the first day of the year, and over there the Gemara is discussing about the first day of the month of Nisan, that is also considered the Rosh Hashanah, a first day of the year to certain aspects, and on a deep and interesting conversation. And then we spoke about the Holy Land of Israel as part of the discussion of the Gemara that is flowing to different topics as it explores the subject. And then we spoke about Eretz Israel, the Holy Land of Israel, and we talked about all the tribes of Israel that once lived here in the Holy Land of Israel. And we saw something in real depth of the fact that the land of Israel was the land that was given to Shem. Shem was the son of Noah, and after Noah came out of the ark, after the flood, so he inherited the world to his children. Like, yes, they were in the Middle East, but still he divided them to areas, like everyone goes spread around from a certain point, and he inherit the world to his children. So in the part of Shem, the land of Israel was part of his inherit. Now, after a while, Canaan, that was the grandson of Ham, one of the other brothers, he conquered the land of Israel from the grandchildren of Shem. And therefore, the land of Israel was called Eretz Canaan, because he conquered the land and he took over the land. And then when Hashem brought Abraham to the world, he told him, Lecha eten et Eretz Canaan. I'm going to give you Eretz Canaan, the land that the Canaanim took from Shem. You're going to inherit what that Shem was supposed to receive. And then when Moshe came back with the people of Israel after the exile in Egypt, so again, he guided them to conquer the land of Israel from the 7 nations, from the Canaanim and the 7 nations that lived here. So we are actually the only nation that is based today in the land of their ancestors. Like, really, we are the one to inherit it by history as well, and of course by the godly will. A long conversation, a big, wide topic, but then we spoke about the amounts of people that's supposed to live here in Eretz Israel, and we spoke about that from the side of the size of the land. It's kind of a small piece of land. So how can it be that so many millions of people, all the big, rich, prosper tribes of Israel, we're talking today about hundreds of millions of people that's supposed to come back here to inherit their homeland. How, like, where are they going to fit? Like, where's the space? Where's the place? So I told my son, I saw in an AI kind of animation that they shown how 8 billion people can fit standing in like a part of the state of New York. Like, less than half of New York is already enough in its size for all 8 billion people who are walking today on Earth. So like, the world is really gigantic. The land is very wide. I told him, we've been to the US. You drove, like you saw, we went coast to coast 3 or 4 times. We were driving for hours with no like animals to the sides of the roads. Like, you have empty, wild places over there. So like, there is a place. It's not like we lack of a place of space in the world. Yes. And then I told him, but we know also that the land of Israel is called Eretz Hatzvi, the land of the deer. Why the deer? The Gemara is asking, what's the praise in a deer, in a tzvi, that the land of Israel is called after? So the Gemara is answering that the deer has something unique with his skin. The skin of that beautiful animal is covering it when the animal is alive. But if the person took away the skin and now he wants to cover back the animal with the skin, he won't be able to do it because it's elastic. The skin itself is elastic, like rubber. You need to pull it for you to be able to cover the animal back. That's part of the nature of the skin of the deer. And the land of Israel is the same in that way, in that aspect, that it expands when you pull it. And then I reminded my son of the fact that the land of Israel was already expanded when the people of Israel were here back then. And it's written about Moshe that he was able to bring all the people to stand between the two curtains in the Mishkan, in the tent, in the temple of Hashem. And all the people of Israel were entering into the temple of Hashem in Yom Kippurim and in the holidays, in the three main holidays. So like, it does exist that the wonders of the Maker can allow us all to find our way into the land and to be blessed staying here and living in a prosper and calm and relaxed way. So then my son looked at me and he said, what? Like, those are miracles in the same size, like in the same greatness as opening the Red Sea. Like, what are you talking about? Like, those are huge miracles that we're talking about. So I told him, exactly, yes. And that's the Maker. And then I told him, listen, Nachman, if you don't believe in the Maker in that way, that you know that he is the maker of the universe, making, creating as we speak, the creation as he wants it to be. So don't believe, like, don't go for that. The only reason why we believe in the Maker is because we truly feel and know that he can change and do in the world whatever he wants. He is the maker of the universe. He blows the winds. He moves and pushes the water. He is flaming the fire. He's moving and traveling people. Animals are crossing lands by him. His will is changing the weather and everything inside the man and out. It's like him and no one but him. And if you don't have that faith, so there's no reason just to be religious, like just for the religion, like to be called a believer, like for a name as a title. That's not our faith. Our faith is in the fact that wonders can take place. And that is what I want to give you. That's what I want to talk to you about. I want you to make wonders. I want you to have the access into that aspect of faith that you're going to jump into your own inside and like stop sleeping your lives. Stop like living in despair, like, oh, I hope, we want. Oh no, now Joe Biden said this. Oh no, now in the CNN they said that. Like, listen, all those clowns, they does not matter. They're not even dust in the wind. They're just like zero with no connection to reality. They don't have no effect on the destiny of the people of Israel. We're above luck. We're above destiny. We have our route. We have our path. We have our journey. We have our mission. We have our goal, and we have our success. And it brings us to a day of redemption that is eternal, that is never ending. And while it's happening, there is a great revenge that all evil, all tyranny goes down to hell and being burnt forever for their crimes. And there's no darkness that stays with us anymore. And we're standing and receiving the light forever while enjoying the resurrection of the dead. Means the greatest reunion with all our beloved ones. And now, okay, let's stop and try to imagine, what in the world are we talking about? Resurrection of the dead. Okay, let's uncover resurrection of the dead. What are we talking about? Resurrection of the dead is a moment that all people who ever lived in, from first generation till the last, whoever passed away, whoever died, are all standing back together. Means you and all your ancestors, all the millions, billions, trillions of people who ever were created, ever put their feet on earth, walked one step, took one breath, were inside their mummies' bellies, and like that's it. They all gonna come back to life and gonna stand in one time, in one present moment, in the current time, in the blessed present. We all gonna be together, and we all gonna accept the face of Hashem. We're talking about a stand of billions of people from all generations, all of them strong, stable, saw the greatest wonder of the life, not having no disagreement among them, all evil, all darkness, all bad, disgusting souls already found their way down to hell. They're now being burnt for their sins and crimes, and they're not coming out. It's not like the punishment of hell that after 20 years you find your way out, after 400 years you find yourself out. No, those punishments are only for this time and part of the world's creation. Now, if a person died and have sins on his back, he will be punished in a spiritual hell, and will wait until the time for him to be saved out of that hell and to go to enjoy heavenly like waiting. He will wait in a place where he will already going to be kind of rewarded for his good actions, for his good deeds. That's after he paid his debt for the sins and crimes and damage he created, unless he needs to come again to another lifetime, that in that new lifetime he will have to go and start fixing, and he will find himself in awkward situations, that in those situations he will have to fix and refix and like do a lot of weird stuff to correct mistakes and crimes that he committed, twisted things that he committed in earlier lifetimes. The hell of the future is different than hell of the now, of today. The hell of the future is eternal hell, like that the future redemption will bring us to eternal heaven, and it's the Garden of Eden that is not the spiritual heaven that the souls are enjoying right now. It's a different place, it's a different life. The future will be on earth after its great shift and elevation to a new way of new dimension, like new way of supervision by the maker of the universe. The world won't function as it functions today. Means you won't have darkness, you won't have bad. Everything will expand. Let's say that now you have an apartment and it's kind of small, and like your fence is touching your friends, your neighbor's fence, and like you have kind of arguments where to put the garbage bag and stuff. Like, there will be no waste in the future to come. There will be no arguments. Like, your land will expand, his land will expand, and it won't be on your back or yours on his. Both of the houses will grow in a great harmony. No one will bother each other again. There will be space for everyone. And when we all gonna stand, after all the evil went away and disappeared from our lives for good, they won't be here anymore. There will be no leftovers of their evil, of their badness, of their cruelty, of their sadness, of the bitterness that they gave us until now. They'll be gone. We will just stay standing with all those ones that we always hoped for. And it's going to be even deeper than that. And I hope that it's not too heavy for you to comprehend all the information. But it must be said, it's not going to be only you, because you also experiencing the now in this point right now that is passing from now to the next moment, and then to the next, and then to the next. But when the redemption will take place, it's not only going to redeem you as a person. Oh, Elizabeth, you shall be redeemed. Oh, Emuna, you will be redeemed. Not only that way. Also, Emuna, if you did something good 5 minutes ago, also that Emuna of 5 minutes ago, she also deserved to be redeemed. And also the Emuna of 7 minutes ago that also did something good, she's also deserved to be redeemed. And also 9 minutes ago, and also 9 minutes and a half ago. And each and every one of us, we have like hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands, or maybe even hundreds of thousands of moments that in those moments we are married to be redeemed. If you haven't sinned in those moments will stand forever. You were a vessel to contain light. That moment of your existence will prosper. So it means that as an individual, you will be above time. What that means that you will stand in that position of the resurrection of the dead, not only as yourself right now, just in all the moments that you ever lived, you will stand in that position of the resurrection of the dead and the great day of redemption. You will have the ability to experience your redemption in millions of existence that will stand one in front of the other with no contradiction, without pushing each other to the next, to the side, without bothering, without going on top, because everything will expand, and even time will expand. You won't experience time as a time traveler, that's the way that you are experiencing time today. Today, you are a time traveler. You are traveling in time. When you cross to the next moment in time, you forget the last. You're traveling from one moment to the next, and then you forget the last one. And then you move to the next, and you forget the one before. That's the way it works. In the future to come, all those moments that you ever lived in will all come back to light and will enjoy the light of redemption. And you will be rewarded in million aspects of your being. And in each and every one of them, you'll have the merit to enjoy the whole scene of redemption. Means to meet the ancestors, to meet your specific ancestors, to meet your loved ones, your friends, the people you were involved with in this moment, in that part of your life. And it will all take place together. The greatness of that moment cannot be described. And all that will take place when each and every one of us is going to be located in a different place in the world. And then a huge, beautiful wind of prosperity will take away all the darkness from the world. And then a journey to Zion will begin for each and every one of us. Everyone will start their journey to Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, to the holy city of Yerushalayim, to Mount Zion. Everyone. You will start traveling from the US, and they will travel from Europe. They will travel from Russia. They will travel from Africa. Everyone will go from Asia. Everyone will go from Australia, from every corner, 4 wings of the universe. Everyone will travel together. And it will be above time. And in that time of travel, all of our dreams, all of your dreams will come true. If you will want to swim with dolphins, you'll swim with dolphins. If you will want to see the amazing birds of creation, they will appear. The supervision of the maker will supply your greatest will to you as an act of gratitude of the maker to you, of charity of the maker to you, of revealing the goodness, the endless goodness of the maker to you. His ability and power to make the world a better place will be expressed in full power, in an unlimited way, to all of us. To all of us. And that's faith. So now, okay, what am I doing with all that? I'll tell you what. There is a way for you to connect yourself to that one that is able to make all those changes through prayer, through individual prayer, through conversation with the maker of the universe, to go to a quiet place and like really focus with your minds for you not to be distracted, because he is 100% with you. You're not with him. So focus your mind in a quiet place and start like really meditating hard. Focus your mind in prayer and talk to the maker of, like, grab him, hold on to him, and talk to him about it with all your might, with all your, like, bring him into your life, bring yourself over to him. Connect yourself in your way. One will sing, one will write, one will talk, one will rhyme, one will scream, one will cry, one will beg, one will praise with no end, one will say Tehillim, one will attach himself in dancing. The truth is that it does not matter, because you can link yourself to the maker from any side and any aspect of creation, because all the creation is his coverings. So just peel the one that is in front of you, penetrate, go through it. Find your way into Hashem. In what way? In your unique and individual, wonderful way. That's faith. In that maker we believe. Okay? Good. I'm happy. It was on my back for so long, I had to take it off. So thank you everyone for watching us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. And now I'm going to continue my questions and answers conversation with the Emunah Circle, our friends, our monthly supporters on the Zoom. If you want to check some information about it, emunah.com, emunah.com. Search for more information over there. Thank you so much.